everyone, and welcome to Self-Published Success, a show that highlights forward-thinking self-publishing processes to give you the head start you desire on your authorship journey. My name is John Feldman, founder of Visionary Literary, and in today's episode, I want to discuss accountability along your authorship journey. On Friday, we will speak with Don Markland, author of The 4 C's of Accountability, who shares amazing insight. But I want to introduce some critical concepts beforehand, ones that you will need to ensure your book crosses the finish line. But first, a message from this show's sponsor, thepowerpitch.co. While we at Self-Published Success only interview authors, there are nearly 4 million other podcasts in existence, and they crave quality guests. The problem is that their desired guests don't pitch them properly. Why? Because they don't know how. If you're looking to grab the attention of podcast hosts and get booked on the top 2% of shows, you cannot send bland copy and paste emails. You need to stand out. And the Power Pitch shows you how. Adrian Moreno, founder of the Power Pitch, developed a proven strategy to get you booked on the top shows in any industry. And it works. Believe me, I know because I took this course and it got me booked on shows with tens of thousands of monthly downloads. Adrian's process is guaranteed to get you booked on 52 shows in the next 12 months. Even better, he's offering listeners of Self-Published Success a $200 discount on his innovative process. To get started, go to www.thepowerpitch.co/visionary. And to get that $200 discount, simply enter promo code VISIONARY at checkout. Your business, your brand, your book, and your future revenue will thank you. Back to today's topic. In today's episode, I want to again talk about remaining accountable as you write your book. Writing a book can be a long and challenging process. Writing and publishing a book and promoting it. It is a very long process, but by staying accountable, you can achieve your goals and you can succeed as what we like to have on the show, self-published success author. But there are a few things that you need to do to remain accountable. The first thing you need to do is to create a plan. As with anything, if you have started a business or a brand, you already know the importance of planning. So you need to create a plan here as well so that the project doesn't go off the rails. So some DIY projects can be done on a whim, but not writing and publishing a book. There are too many steps, which leads to too many reasons to set the project aside. And I'll air quote this, come back to it later. And I say air quotes because so few people ever come back to a book project once you set it to the side. You put it away, and as more time goes, you kind of forget where you were, and it becomes more and more daunting to pick up that project again. So you need to create a long-term plan for your book. Start with the end goal in mind. Is there a conference upcoming in the next few months or next year that you'd like to have the book ready for, you want to bring with you? Is there a product launch alongside which the book can be used? Or is there some other goal in mind? Do you have an end date, an end goal in mind? If you don't have one, if you just want to publish a book, I highly, highly recommend setting an end date. Even if it is far into the future, if it is 12 or 18 months into the future because you're not that concerned, still set an end date because you will lose focus if you don't have an end date in mind. Number 2 is to set goals and deadlines. Once you have your overall plan set and that end date in mind, it's time to set staggered goals along the way. These are critical for accountability. You have to establish deadlines for any project that you come across, especially a long one, needs to have deadlines throughout. And for writing a book with a project with many moving parts, it's essential. For example, some of our full service projects have over 140 tasks inside of our project management software, which is why it's very important for us to have that software. And if If one slips, the other starts stacking up, which goes back to that idea of taking breaks and setting it to the side. And so few people ever come back because as those tasks and deadlines start to build up, they stack up. It's tough. Everything that you do, you feel like you're working from behind every day on the project. When if you keep yourself accountable, you can feel like you are working on time or in advance, which is much better for your mentality. So you can use tools like your a basic calendar, Google Calendar, or you can use a project management software system to help you stay organized and focused, setting those goals and deadlines. Number 3 is to write every day or work on your project every day. So write a book every day. This is one of the most cliche rules for authors, but it's important to keep the project moving. Plus, it's much easier to have a fresh mindset about the project if you work on it every day. When you sit down to knock out your next task, it's much easier to do if yesterday's work is still fresh on your mind. If you, again, I've said it 3 times already, but if you take time off, you cannot just sit down one day after a week or two and just pick up where you left off. It doesn't happen that way. Instead, you'll need to backtrack. You'll need to get yourself caught up mentally. And by the time you get yourself caught up, you end up not getting anything done for that day. And that is very disheartening and will give you yet another reason to set the project aside again. So the time you could spend moving the project forward will be spent catching up if you take days off. So highly, highly advise working on your project every day, even if it's only 5 or 10 minutes to keep everything fresh in your mind. Very good accountability measure there. Number 4 is to track your progress. Set goals and deadlines, very important, but tracking the progress of those goals and deadlines is just as important. Remember, working from behind can be very tough. So too can moving forward when you have no idea how far you've come, or if you don't have that end goal and you don't know how much farther you're going. So the previous accountability measure was to write every day or work on your project every day, but that does nothing if you don't know where you're headed. That's like walking around a running track and you don't know how many laps you need to take in order to finish. You're just going in circles, chasing your tail. So track your progress, know where you stand on your project. Then there is a 5th here, and it's optional. Hire a writing coach or join a writing group. Authorship as a solo author can be a lonely journey. And with nobody to keep you accountable, it's very easy to start skipping days. And we've already seen the downfalls of skipping days. So similar to a fitness trainer forcing you to go to the gym, a writing coach or peers inside of a writing group can keep you accountable. Somebody else to keep you accountable is very important. And I list this as optional because I am a writing coach. And if you listen to the show, you know this already, but I don't want it to sound like I'm selling here because I'm not. This show is all about free resources. That's the whole point of it. Free resources and having conversations that can benefit you. And places like Facebook and Goodreads have an abundance of writing groups where you can find peers that can be your accountability partner 100% free. But that idea of a coach, a partner, a group, some sort of someone else other than you that can keep you accountable, that can kind of push you a little bit when you are feeling those days when you just don't feel like moving forward or doing anything for the project that day. So to recap, create a plan, set goals and deadlines, work on your project every day, track your progress, and have some sort of an accountability partner. These are the accountability steps that can help ensure you get your book across the finish line. So our episode on Friday will be one with lots of positivity and optimism, which is not something we typically hear when we talk about accountability. That's why it was such a great episode. Don Markland, author of The 4 C's of Accountability, is going to be our guest. This is a conversation that I loved being a part of. I'm sure you'll come away with so much inspiration for your own writing journey, and I'm very excited to see you there. As always, thank you for listening, and do not forget, if you have yet to begin your authorship journey, utilize the free roadmap that we've created for you, the aspiring author, to find success on your authorship journey. Go to www.visionaryliterary.com/free book to get started today.